Now to the rest of our stories. Ghana has made tremendous progress in reducing poverty in recent decades, but its success has been uneven and significant inequalities still exist, especially between the South and the North, where a majority of the population live on less than $1 a day. Around 24.2% of the national population live below the poverty line. This is the reason Oxfam in Ghana is investing over 14 million Ghana cedis in some key areas for the 2017 fiscal year. The investments in the extractive industry, economic governance, education plus health is intended to reduce poverty and boost development. Joy News' Martha Krenselakwa has been speaking with the country director of Oxfam in Ghana, Tijani Han.
We're investing a little over 4 million Ghana cedis in these sectors, and it covers such work around our work in health, as I said, our work in education, but you know that some of the challenges we have in inequality are around women or girls' participation in education, but also the access that women have to maternal and child health care, which has implications on the equality issues around the particular team.
Okay, I know you're doing more of advocacy.
Yes.
What else are you doing aside advocacy, which I know in these sectors, for which reason you're investing?
Actually, it's important to say that we have a change agenda in the country, and that is a country with an improved quality of life characterized by active citizenship and proper investments in the social sector. We appreciate that this requires work around different facets of life. We have a geographic responsibility for Ghana. That means work we do on the ground with our partners is actually to either have innovative solutions, footprints on the ground, as basis to let the country policymakers understand that this works, and based on that, we will influence for it to have a broader character. So fair to say that we work in advocacy, but we work with what I call evidence-based advocacy, which is based on some of our interventions on the ground. We're also conscious that some of the challenges we face in Ghana are actually beyond the boundaries of Ghana. They have implications on regional, global initiatives. So how do we ensure that compliance around global Africa-wide regulations are done? For example, if you look at the Africa Mining Vision by the African Union, which enjoins countries to make sure that extractives, for example, people do not suffer a lot from extractive, but then investment in extractive should also support the poor. How do we make sure that things like this are localized into the country?
Okay. Now, I know one of the key areas which is dear to Oxfam is agriculture.
Yes.
How much are you putting in there to, and which areas is that going to cover?
We are investing in the economic, we call it the economic justice and agricultural governance portfolio. We are actually investing 4.7 million Ghana cedis in work.
That's the highest in all the four sectors?
Yes, it is the highest in all the sectors. And it is the highest in the sector because the agricultural challenges in the country are high. That is also the area that the youth participate. That is also the area that women participate. You know, we do have a lot of subsistence farmers. So if you also want to look at investment in agriculture as an inequality issue, you have to invest more resources into that particular sector.
Then I guess it's an increase over whatever you invested in the sector in 2016, because the figures we're talking about are 2017 figures. Is that an improvement? Is the investment an improvement over last year?
The investment is an improvement over the last years because we have realized over the years that if you want to make tangible changes or gains, you have to invest there. But fair to say that this year, we are starting a new initiative that is funded by the European Union on what we call the EU Fisheries Project that is supporting some work around some coastal districts in the country.